Innovative
solutions. Can you imagine how much genius and focus it took to turn a music player into a handheld computer phone GPS remote control for everything in life in just 5 years? Seriously.
Innovative
Solutions.
The more you know, the less you fear.
Revolutionize business models and make old ones obsolete or not. One thing is for certain, today we compete on service, price or innovation, and the expectations and metrics around each are tighter than ever.
What's working, what's not, who's competent, who's not.
And that's all about how do you deal with failure.
Opened more stuff. That's what economists call growth.
Innovative
Solutions.
Prepared and presented by Francisco Porras Jr. Weekdays here on the Nation Station.
Innovative
Solutions.
Cloud-based development is a challenging task for several software engineering projects, especially for those which need development with reusability. Present time of cloud computing is allowing new professional models for using the software development. An expected upcoming trends of computing is assumed to be cloud computing because of speed of application, deployment, shorter of time to market, and lower cost of operation. To talk about this new development right now, it's an honor and a privilege to have with us Ahmed Rawahi. Sir, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me today.
Okay, so before we start, tell us a bit about yourself and how did you get involved with this cloud technology and the Internet of Things?
I am a faculty member at the IT department, University of Technology and Applied Sciences. I received my PhD in computer science from Nottingham Trent University, UK. Earlier to that, I completed my master in network management at Murdoch University, Australia, and bachelor in science or in information systems from University of Nizwa, Oman. And my main research interests include Internet of Things, Cloud of Things, cloud computing systems, and using optimization algorithms in support of integrating IoT with cloud computing. Basically, I started during my master, and I started with some cloud aspects, cloud services, and the challenges were, how to, things like scheduling, cloud tasks, etc. Then at the PhD level, I went deeper to Internet of Things, where the main issue that the PhD project was targeting is improving shared access to Internet of Things devices, because those devices are very limited in terms of their energy and computational capabilities. So we wanted to improve that aspect of Internet of Things.
Well, you won one of the awards of recently concluded National Research Award. Tell us about your experience there.
Basically, the award was, to have some evaluation criteria such as novelty, scientific quality, and relevancy to Oman. And in terms of the study significance to merit the national award, first, it was a high-quality one that was published in IEEE Internet of Things journal with the high impact factor and other research metrics. Second, it produces knowledge that I would say applicable outside the research lab. And third, could be the results of this research or this study may help smart city projects, future IoT implementations, and deployment.
Why do you think is your research that significant to the merit of such an award like this?
It is basically due to its novelty and practicality. It produces or it proposes a new system that is very scalable, dynamic, and it is applicable. It could enable many applications, a wide range of applications, could utilize the same set of Internet of Things devices. And basically, that was very difficult, very challenging previously. And we got into that and we resolved the issue, at least at this level.
Okay. Essential things a user should know before going into this platform.
The system facilitates the work of software developers, the network deployers of cloud plus Internet of Things, because Previously, the thing was that the main challenge was when we want to develop Internet of Things application, we want to have a dedicated network of devices.
Yeah.
Just dedicated to that application.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, this creates lots of unnecessary and costly duplication of similar networks.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, we need to consider the return on investments when we want to have a new network, cost of developing the software, then the cost of maintaining the Internet of Things network,
mm-hmm.
plus the software. And the idea was we could have just enable shared access.
Okay.
Multiple applications
Mm-hmm.
sharing access to the same set of devices,
Mm-hmm.
then accordingly sharing the costs itself.
Okay.
So bringing the cost of the technology a little bit feasible to everyone out there.
Because right now it's pretty expensive to work on this one, right?
Yes.
How about security here?
Yes, the main Internet of Things includes or do have a lot of security challenges.
Mm-hmm.
At this project, the main concern was how to improve the shared access. That is the main research question.
Mm-hmm.
For the security, we provided very basic security mechanisms that just protect those devices and their users, their owners, from any malicious attacks, etc. But we didn't go deep into that. We just did our own security assessments. We provided measurements required. Then that is a different direction. But mainly the main direction was to tackle this issue of shared access.
Okay. So what are the implications and impact of your work?
We are targeting smart city projects and the IoT projects because that is the trend now.
Okay.
And those case studies discussed few scenarios. One of them was including a city council where they wanted to develop an application to utilize IoT networks for planning, long-term planning.
Okay.
So they could use this system to access a wide range of sensors, motion sensors, footfall sensors, actuators, to plan their project, their city project ahead of the time, based on the data that is available from the ground.
Okay.
So that one was one of the case studies there, and we have 3 more in marketing, in environmental monitoring, and for security and emergency services.
Okay. How can you evaluate the performance of proposed access control projects like this?
Mainly, we used numerical validation methods, and it is all about validating the system itself, the design and development of the system. Then we evaluated the models that we have, the model that support the system, and it goes through different scale experiments.
Okay.
And we validated all of that numerically until we reach to the point that, okay, this is validated and we can go to publication later on. And, one of the publications here is the one that won the award.
Is there any model that represents private cloud within the public cloud boundaries here?
Basically, it is what we have done, and by the way, the publication is called Marketplace for Trading Cloud of Things.
Okay.
So Cloud of Things resources. And that mainly have a public cloud model.
Okay.
Where it integrates lots of devices, lots of Internet of Things devices into it. So everything is public. But at this level, it is at experimental level. We didn't do it, it is not public out there, but the model, as a cloud model, it is a public one.
I think 5G is here. But 6G is going to be coming up pretty soon. So this is really a main tool for this project, right?
Mainly, 5G is now one of the best enablers for
cloud,
Internet of Things.
Yeah.
6G might be a little bit far. I can't tell, when, because technology is rapidly developing and changing. So the main thing now is 5G. It is here, of course, but 6G is still under research and development as far as I know.
What is cloud network and how it can support cloud computing at the same time?
Basically, cloud computing is a paradigm that as a user, you don't need to buy a software. You can use it online. You don't need to buy a storage. You can just use it as a service. So that is cloud computing here. When it comes to this project, we wanted to provide this IoT as a technology, as a service. So that is the main thing. We wanted to improve its accessibility by improving its sharing access to it. So many applications would utilize the same networks. Once all of these devices are available publicly, the cost of it is going to be very reasonable. Everybody, even individuals, could bring their sensors, their actuators, their motion detection cameras to the system and offering them as part of the network. It is not meant for only software developers or IoT vendors. Even individuals could participate on that as well.
We're going to be back for a bit and continue our discussion in just a while.
Innovative
Solutions. Can you imagine how much genius and focus it took to turn a music player into a handheld computer phone, GPS, remote control for everything in life in just 5 years? Seriously.
Innovative
Solutions.
The more you know, the less you fear.
Revolutionize business models and make old ones obsolete or not. One thing is for certain, today we compete on service, price or innovation, and the expectations and metrics around each are tighter than ever.
What's working, what's not, who's competent, who's not.
And that's all about how do you deal with failure.
Opened more stuff. That's what economists call growth.
Innovative
Solutions.
Prepared and presented by Francisco Porras Jr. Weekdays here on the Nation Station.
Innovative
Solutions.
Welcome back to Innovative Solutions. What is the main considerations when determining reliability here when it comes to mobile cloud computing development?
We did some heavy experiments here, including, quality of service, including the coverage of the resources, including the cost of these resources, including some reliability, the availability of the connectivity, etc.
Okay.
We do have lots of factors or parameters here. So we have done quite a large number of experiments, and most of them we got a positive result.
What major criteria should be taken into consideration while choosing this cloud-based mobility architecture that you're talking about for productivity objectives that you talked to us earlier? Would vary from education to healthcare?
Basically, the requirements of each application would greatly, differ from one to one.
Okay.
So, the things would be do we need it urgently? For example, security and emergency services could have priority over other requests that are coming to the system. For example, planning tasks or planning applications could have it for long time because they need to harvest or they need to collect the data for long term. Other scenarios could have different requirements as well. So mainly the things, for example, the technical ones could be the coverage of the area coverage of those devices, their reliability, their security, their cost as well, their data that they generate, their internet or their network connectivity. So we do have different parameters here.
So what future research directions do you wish to move here?
Mainly, we are targeting next the adaptivity. You know, Internet of Things is very scalable. It includes lots of devices, different devices. Some of them they might go out of the coverage because they are mobile. Network connectivity issues. Weather, unforeseen weather will have impact on Internet of Things. So we are targeting the adaptivity, how our system is going to react to these changes. So if the system is utilizing, a number of devices and they are all, they go on offline. So how the system will react and how it can have some backup mechanisms, etc. So that is the main thing now we are working on.
What's the difference between the fog, computing compared to the cloud computing here?
Cloud computing revolves around data center.
Okay, yeah.
They are in data centers where they have virtually unlimited capabilities. For example, scalable storage, lots of networking capabilities, and etc., processing, etc. While fog computing is meant to be far away from the data center, somewhere in between Internet
Remote,
of Things that far away in some areas. Then it comes to fog computing, which is something in between. It does have some capabilities that is better than Internet of Things resources, but it is less than data center. It could be described as a micro data centers out there in the field or in some areas. And nowadays we are getting into these terminologies, and one of them could be a mist as well. Mist, fog, cloud, and so on.
So what is going to be a game changer here in future research? Cloud or big data or mobility? What do you think?
I think all of these will work together because we need, if we talk about big data, we need, better capabilities, and cloud computing is providing that already. And to produce that big data, we need something out there to collect the data, which is Internet of Things. So those are different technologies. They are all, each one of these terms is basically utilizing the other technologies. And what we have done here in the project is integrating two technologies together, cloud computing and Internet of Things. And the reason for that is we want the cloud computing to reach out there, far away from data centers. And we want to extend the capabilities of or the limitations of Internet of Things from the other side, which is, mainly now those IoT devices are very limited in terms of their energy and computational capabilities. So I would say those would be complementary to each other.
What were your challenges in conducting this research?
One of the main challenges was the scalability. How are we going to handle scalability here? Internet of Things usually contain large number of devices. So if we're going to do research here, it is going to be costly. The other considerations, we need to provide a cost-effective and dynamic solution that will provide things on a realistic time. So what we did is we took simulation path. So we decided to go to simulate different sets of devices, at least to validate this approach. And as I said earlier, we did quite large number of experiments. We simulated from 10,000 to 600,000 devices.
Wow.
And we tried to get them into the system, and the system were able to handle them and to manage them properly using optimization algorithms that provide, matching between requests and those devices in a very, very short time.
As to how many years did you, work on this project anyway?
This is probably the 4th year.
Okay.
Yes, because it started as a PhD project. Then after I completed my PhD, I'm still on it.
So where are you now?
Basically, the scientific implementation of it is I would say, most of it is done already and published.
Oh.
If you mean the commercial one, might be the role of someone else out there, because I work in academia, and mainly we try to conceptualize things and get them done or get them work. Then when it comes to the commercial side of it, even if it is so feasible, that could be an idea for someone else out there.
Any companies there who are quite interested right now to talk about this reusable, cloud computing? You could talk to Dr. Ahmed Al-Rawahi. Is willing to collaborate with you, whatever it is, all the private sectors, if you're quite interested with this. Is a new thing that which will be coming up pretty soon here in the country.
Yes, we welcome any opportunity from the industry.
What's next for you now after this?
Basically, we are going into the adaptivity of this. We need the system to be fully adaptive. And it is quite challenging because IoT is very dynamic, and we do have heterogeneous devices here. Each of them does have different properties from the others. So we are trying to reach or to get a system that is adaptive, that can handle all of these or manage all of these changes that would happen when the system is at a full scale.
Okay. Cloud computing reusability, according to Ahmed, this is to minimize the complexity, the cost, the time to market, and increase reusability development, the speed, of course, in general. Software development with reusability has encouraging future in not only here, but of course in the world, capable of fulfilling the requirements of the cloud industry. Traditional software development offers particular solutions, whereas reuse and cloud component-based development is believed to generalize solutions to satisfy the more demands, especially here, the cloud development in the future. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. Doc, it's a pleasure to have you in our program.
Thank you very much. I much appreciate the opportunity to share some thoughts about my research. Mainly, the project started as I said earlier, as a PhD project, and that was fully sponsored by the Ministry of Higher Education, Research and Innovation.
Okay.
As well, my team met Professor Ahmed Lutfi from Nottingham Trent University, Dr. Kevin Lee from Deakin University, Melbourne, Australia.
Okay. And finally, congratulations. One of the National Research Awards recently.
That is most appreciated. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. All the best and more success to your upcoming plans in the future. Okay, thanks, Doc. That's Dr. Ahmed Al-Rawahi. I'm Frank. Thanks for listening.
Innovative
solutions. Can you imagine how much genius and focus it took to turn a music player into a handheld computer, phone, GPS, remote control for everything in life in just 5 years? Seriously.
Innovative
solutions.
The more you know, the less you fear.
Revolutionize business models and make old ones obsolete or not. One thing is for certain, today we compete on service, price or innovation, and the expectations and metrics around each are tighter than ever.
What's working, what's not, who's competent, who's not.
And that's all about how do you deal with failure.
Opened more stuff. That's what economists call growth.
Innovative
Solutions.
Prepared and presented by Francisco Porras Jr. Weekdays here on the Nation Station.
Innovative
Solutions.